Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the flight deck. Today we are doing the final leg of our Japan tour. We came down from the top northernmost airport on an island up in the north end of Japan, and we're all the way down at the bottom now. Today's flight's going to be a short hop down to the island of Ishigaki, and we're going to be heading down to the airport there. It's right down near the Taiwanese airspace border. So we're as far south in the Japanese islands as we can get. And it's going to wrap up our series here. Flying along today is Kevin. He has decided to fly a DC-6 today. We'll see him in a little bit. But let's hop on board and get the aircraft up and ready to go, as it is a little bit windy out here today. Alright, we're on board the aircraft. We'll just do a quick controls check, make sure everything is working. Hello, Liam. And we are good to go. So we will okay, I didn't realize we had already pushed that button. Alright, so let's get our aircraft up and ready to go. Gear lever is in the down position. Parking brakes are set. We can pop up top now. We'll get the battery on. External power, DC and AC are both on. We'll kick the dome lights on so we can see. And everything is coming up. Nav lights will come on along with the logo lights. Do our warnings. There's our squib, fault, and fire. Yeah, we are both doing well, just trying to stay warm. It is rather cold here. I think I took Molly out at 3 in the morning for her to do her business, and it was minus 17 degrees Celsius out, so a little bit cold. Gust lock is on. Prop brake we're not going to use. We're going to start on the stand and leave from here. So we'll come back over. We'll get the no devices, seat belts, and emergency exit lights armed, and the windshield anti-ice can come on as well. Master caution can come out, and we can tell them to start boarding.
Boarding requested.
Sure, whoever they are. Alright, first thing we're going to do is grab the altimeter. Hello, Kevin. And I'll get the latest and post it in. So as you can see, the winds are 040 at 15 knots, 10 kilometers of visibility. There's some broken cloud, and then overcast layer at 4600, 18 degrees Celsius, and 1023. So let's get the baro set. 1023. So 1023 set, cross-checked, and in the standby. And we can come down now to the FMC and start getting that set up. Alright, so the aircraft information is correct. And we'll get our position in. GPS position in, and that is good. Nav data, no point in checking it. We can't update it. And over to our flight plan. So it's going to be a simple route today, as our flight time is only something like 25 minutes. But basically we are going from Shimojishima Airport, which is Romeo Oscar Romeo Sierra, and we're heading down to Ishigaki, which is Romeo Oscar India Golf. We'll get that in. There we go, and we are flying Uniform Kilo Victor 5556. And we'll get our ID in, hit execute, and we're in. So for our departure today, we're going to be departing off of runway 35. We're going to have a bit of a crosswind, and we are not using any of the departures today. Now we will execute that. Do I like Celine Dion? Not my type of music. She's not a talented person, but Not my type of music, unfortunately. Or not unfortunately, it's just not my thing. Alright, so we are going to head to MJC, which is the first waypoint. SJE? Where's the SJE? Oh, it's overhead the field. Okay, yeah, we can do that. We can do a left turn and come back overhead the field. So, we are going to SJE. We'll execute that. From SJE, we are then going to Mike Juliet Charlie. As our next waypoint. From there, we're going to be flying down across the water to our destination island and the India Gulf Echo VOR. Actually, let's clear that. And we're going to go India Gulf Echo as the next waypoint. We'll execute that. And then we'll put it in our arrival. It's going to be our approach. ILS Yankee runway 04. So it's going to be ILS Yankee 04. We are not doing a transition. That will be none. And we should be good there. And ballast. Okay. Yes, I've been hearing about her not being well. All right, so that is all entered in now. We will remove that disco, so we will clear that out. And there we go. So if we come up here, we can now see our information coming in. Is that plan mode? Is that plan mode?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, we're gonna fly out, circle around. We'll probably do this manually and bring it around and line us up. So that is all good. So for CF 104, we are going to want to be at 2,600 feet. Won't let me go in and do anything there. Ballast wants us at 1971. All right, that should be good. Oh, sorry. Oh, so that's fine. So we're good there. Our route is in. I'm happy with it. Get in our weights. Zero fuel weight today is 16,202 in the kilograms. Fuel on board will be 1641 in the kilograms. And our reserve is going to be 362 in the kilograms. So trim 1.1 up is good. And performance initialization. Today we're going up to 10,000 feet. Maximum cruise. Our alternate is back at Okinawa. Naha. ROAH. And it will be at 10,000 feet. There we go. And that is in. So we're good there. You can come over to our flight plan. That is all set. So for clearance, we don't have to worry about clearance. We have no ATC in the area. So we'll come and get ourselves set up. Radios 122.8 is in. There's the baggage coming in. And for COM2 121.5, get that in. 121.5, press enter, then switch. There we go. For our nav, let me just take a look. The IGE is 115.4. We're going to put that on nav 2. 115.4. Again. 115.4. I'll make sure we hit the enter. For now.
Shimojishima, traffic, 72 Tango West, and 1-2, starting guns.
We are going to tune in our departing runway 117.1. So we'll do that on nav 1. 117.1. Switch that over. So the rocket there, ADF's not going to need it. Traffic will go terrain, and above is fine. And for surveillance, transponder code 1000. Enter that in, and we're on standby. I'll put him over there so we can turn him on when we are ready. Shimojishima Terminal, Skyways 5556, radio check. 5 by as well.
Cheers.
All right, so that's good. We can go back into our main view, and 10 miles, and we are set there. Okay, with all that done, altimeters are set, 1023, and we're just waiting on bags. And there's Kevin over there. He's already firing up. Of course. It's the best time to do it, considering how you cheat and do half of your setup while we're still haven't started the stream, and always get out before me. All right, so let's take a quick look at our route, and we'll see where we're headed. Again, it is a short flight today as we wrap up. So we're here on the small island that we came into on the last flight. We're going to be taking off to the north. We'll do a turn out to the left out over the water, come back in towards the Sierra Juliet Echo waypoint. We're going to fly out to the main island here, Miyakojima, and then we'll make the turn at Mike Juliet Charlie. We're then going to fly down across the water past this little island here, Tarama Island, and this is where we're coming down to. So there's Ishigaki there, Ishigaki-jima Island, and there's the VOR. So we're going to hit the VOR. We're going to fly out this way, do a right-hand turn around, pick up the ILS, and come in and land. And if we look, there's the airspace boundary. It's Japan on this side and Taiwan on this side. So we've come all the way down, and if we zoom out, you can see there's Taiwan right there. There's Okinawa, and there's the bottom of the main islands of Japan. And we started way up here on, I believe it was this island right here, and we flew over to here. So we've gone the whole trip all the way down to the bottom. 16 legs, not too bad, not too bad at all. All right, they're on the last bags now.
go when you are.
Get the doors closed in the back
On
anyway.
behalf of the cabin crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight. As you find your seat, be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. If you have trouble finding a location for any of your carry-on items, please use the flight attendant call button over your seat and somebody will assist you.
So we're going to be starting on the stand. We'll taxi right around. As you can see the line there, we're going to head out. We're then going to head down this way. I believe it is. Yes, it is. For runway 35, and then we'll be heading out. Instead of turning out over the water, coming back in, and then heading out on our path. And it looks like that's could be the last of the bag, so we've got a couple more to go. You can hear the wind blowing. It is about 15 knots, so it's a fair breeze.
Shimojishima traffic, Sky 42 Tango Alpha, stand 1-2, taxing to holding wide Tango 135 by Papa.
See, always got to be first. It's almost like you've taken over for Nick. Alright, and there's the last of the bags coming in. There goes the cart. And we can do our before engine start. So power management is set to take off. Flight directors are on both sides. Radios are set. Trims will set trim to 1.1 up. 1.1 up is set. Transponder is set to 1000 and aircraft is clear. Cargo door is closed. Wheel chocks coming off as parking brake is set. There we go. Wheel chocks are removed. We're still on ground power. We'll stay on ground power for the engine start. Shimojishima traffic, Skyways 5556, stand 2 Bravo, starting on the stand. Alright, back up top, we'll do a quick run through, make sure everything is good and set. Then we come down here, fuel pumps are off, that is fine. Running down, we will go to start A and B. Prop brake is off. Hydraulic power is not on. While we're on externals, we're all good down there. Seatbelt signs and everything is off. Oxygen is now on. Compartment is 18 degrees and everything else is looking good. Lights are on and we are good for engine start. Doors are all closed. Here we go. So pop up top. We're going to start engine 2 up first. So pump is on, starting engine 2. And adding fuel. There we have prop rotation. Alright, we have a good start on engine number 2.
There are several
Engine 1 pump is on. We're on crank AB, starting engine number 1. Watching our
your nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate
NH
the
come up,
aircraft,
adding
lower
fuel.
level lighting will guide you towards the exit. In the event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth. Secure the
Engine is
elastic
coming
band
up.
behind your head. Tighten the straps if necessary, and breathe normally.
Oil
Although the
pressures
bag
are
is not
looking good,
inflated,
temperatures are
oxygen is
looking
flowing to
good.
the mask. If you're traveling
ITT
with a child or
rising.
someone who requires assistance, secure your mask on first
NH
and then assist
looking
others.
good. We have
Keep your mask
fuel
on until a
flow.
member of the crew advises you it is safe to remove it.
There's the
In the
spike.
unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under
And
the
a
seat or between
decrease.
the armrests. When instructed to do so, open
Alright,
the
we are a
plastic
good
pouch
start
and
on
release the
both
vest.
engines,
Slip it over your
so
head. Wrap the
come up
straps around
top.
your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the strap to tight. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the
Disconnecting
aircraft.
ground
If it doesn't
power
inflate
now.
automatically, you may blow into the mouthpiece for manual inflation. Each vest is equipped with a whistle and a light. If you need to, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Please
And
make
we
sure
are
to
good
exit
there.
the
So
aircraft
both
as
engines
soon
up
as
and
possible
going. We can now bring the
Once again, all devices
props
must be in
up
airplane mode and your larger devices must be turned off and stowed at
into
this time.
auto.
Please securely stow your personal items.
You hear them winding up.
deck. And we'll
Alright, so the engines are up and going. So flaps, we're going to set flaps for takeoff. Flaps going to the first notch. That is good.
Shimojishima traffic space 72 Tango Alpha. We're currently at Tango 1.
Gust lock removed. Flight controls are free.
Shimojishima for departure.
Autopilot, we're going to set 10,000 feet, which is what we're going up to for today's flight. $10,000 feet is set. We're going to go in vertical speed mode. We'll set that for an initial at 10, and we're going to do runway heading, which is 350. We're going to set that manually, and we're going to go off on heading mode for the initial departure. And there we go. And we'll set heading select. All right, so let's get ready for taxi. Get our taxi light will come on. Wing lights, logo lights already on. Make sure everything is up and going. Anti-ice, de-ice is not required. Pitot heat we'll bring on. That's good. And engine start mode selector will go back to off. And we'll bring up the power until we get the hydraulics and electrics up and going.
Cabin is ready.
Cabin is ready. There we go. We're ready for taxi. There goes cabin. Departing out. Dome lights off. And we are good to taxi. Shimojishima traffic, Skyways 5556 taxiing via Papa to Tango 1, runway 35. Alright. Brakes are off. Oh, always forget that. Around. And there we go. Oh, that's a little bit too far. See the taxi light disappeared.
7,700 forward turn into Shimojishima. Your caution, strong gusts in the crosswind. Almost tipped me over.
Roger, we'll be aware of the crosswind. It is windy, and the wind is coming in almost from the side, so we'll bear that in mind. We will correct with the appropriate controls. Come down, we will go into our nav modes. Now, not expecting any weather. Both forecasts are pretty good. A lot of cloud over our destination, though. Can do is quickly pop in here, and yeah, the weather is on over there, so that is good. turn the weather radar to standby. That's Tango 2. See the windsock almost horizontal there. And it's pointing directly across the runway. So yeah, we're gonna have to make sure we've got enough right aileron to counteract it as we rotate. Pause here temporarily. Make sure we are ready to go. Alright, so takeoff configuration is checked. We are good there. Power management confirms it's takeoff. Speeds are checked. We have 104, 104, 110 on our V2. Altitude 10,000 feet is set, and we're going to be going into vertical speed mode at 10,000 feet. Full quantity, check 1640, and we are good to move out. So strobe lights, landing lights are on. Taxi light I'll leave on. It just provides that little extra bit of light. Transponder is now on. Torque automatic is set. Clock is on and runway is identified. Shimojishima area traffic, Skyways 5556, take position runway 35. We will clear the checklist thingy as I'm using a paper one. Approach path is clear. Dome lights are confirmed off.
Shimojishima traffic, further 73 Tango West, currently overhead in Ishigaki, your weather at 5,204, final call to Ishigaki.
So Kevin's made it to the main island. We'll get ourselves lined up. There we go. All right, so engines up to notch. Engines are set. Clock is set. We're going to have some the crosswind out of the right, so we're good there. And we are ready to go. Shimojishima area traffic, Skyways 5556, rolling runway 35, left-hand turnout for our departure. Alright, that's brakes released. On the rudders, keeping her down the line, we can feel the wind pushing. So as the airspeed comes alive, I'm going to start inputting some right aileron to help assist. Well, it's heavy on the rudders. It's 90 knots. Rotation. There we go, and we are up. That wasn't too bad. Positive rate, gear up. Let's get ourselves horizontal. There we go. climbing out, we're instantly going to go into autopilot to help there, and we'll make sure we are vertical speed and heading. Vertical speed, get that up to 1,000, and engines over to climb mode. So positive rate, gear is up, lights are out. We're through 150, so flaps are coming up. Power management is set to climb. Autopilot is on. The auto damper is on. We're not going to be going through transition, so altimeters will stay local pressure. There's 160. At 170, we'll go indicated airspeed for our climb. We're going to get ourselves up to 2,000 feet before we start heading around to the left. It's 168, 169, 170. Indicated airspeed is set 170. We're in IAS mode now. Still climbing out. Turn off logo and wing lights and taxi lights. There's 2,000 feet. So we're going to turn to a heading, and we're in heading mode. Of 270 degrees. They're starting coming around. There's 270. We're now to 180. There's 3,500 feet. There's the airport. And into nav mode. I'm not sure where it's taking us. Where is it taking us? I don't know where that goes. Alright, we're gonna go oh, it looks like the wrong one. 8,859 nautical miles away. No, we're not gonna make it to that one. Missed that on the checks. There's 5,000 feet. Kevin, where are you going? You're on a very different route than I am. I think we're in the clouds. we're in the murk. Anyway, we're 8 miles from Mike Juliet Charlie. And we'll be making our turn. Oh. Yeah. I tell you, VOR navigation is becoming harder and harder to do as they decommission and power down these things. And we're still climbing to 10,000 feet. We're going to leave the seatbelt signs on for the flight. It's not too long a distance. But looks like we're out of the clouds, seeing the stars. Looking very nice. It's 8,000 feet. There's our turn. Shimojishima traffic, Skyways 5556 overhead. The Miyakojima VOR Mike Juliet Charlie climbing through 8,500 for 10,000. Last call, Shimojishima. Now we're heading off on our en route portion. 60 miles. There's that little island we got to pass by. 1,000 to go. Now work our way back onto our nav line. Foot per minute climb. Slight headwind, but not too bad. It's 300 feet to go. Alt star. Starting to accelerate. Hey, Brian.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to the short duration of this flight, we will not be able to offer in-flight service.
Hope you had a good weekend. All right, we're going to switch over. We're going to switch over to cruise power setting. Now that we're at 10,000 feet, we'll turn the landing lights off until we start our descent. We're just going to accelerate now. Here, top of descent, we're going to come down towards the airport basically, then head out, do the teardrop loop and around for the ILS. So we'll get start getting everything set up since we're going to be coming pretty close to that anyway. And it's not going to take us too long. So for the ILS, we are looking at the ILS Yankee for runway 04. We're going to fly over India Golf Echo, which is the airport VOR, and then fly on a course of 201 degrees for the teardrop. Oh, you ordered it? Ah, cool. All right, so 114.5. we've already dialed in on VOR2, so that is the airport VOR. You can see 51 miles away. We'll put that one in. The VOR1 is going to be the airport, 11075. So we'll come down here and 110.75. That is the ILS frequency for the airport. That went 50, not sure why that went 50. 110.75. Phoenix, yeah. Oh, that's good, yeah. Okay, so 11075. So that's the VOR for the ILS is in, and then we have the VOR for the airport. So they are both dialed in now. Now we're going to set our course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sync my heading. We're going to go into heading mode, and we're going to turn our input over to the ILS one. And we're going to want a course of 40 degrees. So we're going to change our course to 40 degrees. You can see it changing on the PFD. So there's now reading course of 40. There's our ILS. So we can now switch back over to our FM.
Ishigaki, traffic,
and our flight management over to the FMC, and we'll go back into nav mode. We're going to be coming in this way, then descending down, making all our turns. But this is taking us into that point. We're all going to set our heading to that 201 degrees. So when we hit IGE, we'll go into heading mode, and that'll take us out 201 degrees on the teardrop. So we'll be set there. Now is Kevin making his call. He's out ahead. Actually, there he is right there. Let's see if we can lean over the front. There he is. There's his lights. He's leading the way. Got a bit of a cloud cover going on. There's that island we're coming up to. Just kind of make it out. I'm not sure if that's going to come across on the stream or not. But we got a good ground speed, 257 knots going. All right, so minimums, ILS minimums for category A, B, and C, which we are, is 326 feet, which is 200 feet above the ground. Of course, it's an ILS, so decision height, decision height, and we will set 326 feet. We need a runway minimum visual range of 550 meters, which will not be an issue today. Yeah, that's usually the way it works. Bit of a pain. So we're going 326 feet. Of course, that means airport elevation is 126 feet, or at least the runway is. On top of descent is coming up. So we're going to descend right down to our intercept altitude, which is going to be pretty much 2,000 feet. Alright, there's Kevin ahead of us. We may be faster than you. Kevin, what's your ground speed? Alright, so we're set up. So we got our minimums. We've got, Mr. Approach is going to be climbed directly ahead on heading 40. Turn left outbound to the IGE VOR radial, and then come around and crank into a well, that's interesting. We can actually do a course of actually, no, we can't. Just make sure I didn't just screw that up. Course of still 40. That's fine. I was gonna say we could put course on ILS too, but
Ishigaki, traffic, expected well for currently 25 miles to the east of the field.
216. Okay, I'm
8,300 foot. Inbound for the ILS 10K, we'll get
faster than you are, so I may sneak up on you. This could get interesting. Ishigaki area traffic, Skyways 5556, 28 miles out from India Golf Echo, inbound for the ILS Yankee runway 04, Ishigaki. Alright, Kevin, what do you want to do? Do you want me to go past you, or how do you want to handle it? Because I'm got a bit of speed on you. And given that you're slightly ahead right now, I'm catching up and we're kind of converging. I think it might be better if you slowed down and I passed you, and you're going to have to be extended out a little bit further than I do for the approaches, so I can keep it tight and get in first if you're good with that. I'll try to keep my speed up. We'll keep the separation. Or you could just vanish. That works too.
And Ishigaki, yeah, traffic expected 72 tank crosses going to minimum power settings. We'll do our best to allow the traffic behind to go ahead.
Oh, there you are. I just dropped off on my TCAS again. Skyways 5556, roger that. We'll keep our speed up and keep our pattern short on the approach.
After taking much, we will extend down a little bit better than for a good equipment driver.
Alright, so top of descent is coming up. So we're going to come down to 2,000 feet now. We can get this thing to slow down pretty quickly if we have to. Putting the props back into FTR mode basically acts as big air brakes. We'll keep the speed up as well. So once we're down, just looking at the diagram, it's going to be a right-hand departure, and we are going to go for parking spot number 7.
Traffic 6 scheduled 72 Tango as we've lost visual on you in the clouds. Could you please give your current distance to the field in altitude, please?
Yeah, roger. We are 15.5 miles, 10,000 feet, and we are approximately your 4 o'clock.
Roger, thank you very much. I can't get her much slower, and I have to stabilise on approach altitude. Anyways, I might cut across ahead of you if you can kind of deviate off to your left a little bit.
We'll keep an eye on you, and we'll try to work around you. We're going to maintain our speed on the descent, so that should not be an issue.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're off there somewhere, and we're about to start our descent. We'll keep that speed up. And we can deviate if we have to. That's fine. Yeah, he has disappeared. Not sure why.
Visual on you now. We've just passed over now.
Okay, yeah, I do not see you, but that's fine. I'll keep an eye out for your lights. Oh, you're just out here somewhere. No, looks like we hit top of descent. Ishigaki traffic, Skyways 5556, leaving 10,000 feet inbound for the India Gulf Echo VR, 7 miles. Ishigaki.
We have begun our final descent.
No, this is VATSIM, Brian.
Destination.
That's why I don't understand why he's disappearing from my site.
One final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed
Alright, so
and
we'll
are in the full
keep our
upright
speed
position.
up, but we'll try not to get
Items
too
either in the
fast.
back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
So at the moment, only Sundays are multiplayer, Brian. Everything else is VATSIM, including when we're flying the Dash 7s. We haven't had ETC yet. That could get interesting. All right, so we are in the descent. So descent weather, we've got arrival data is set. Automatic torque is on, radios are set, engine anti-ice not required, it's warm out. FTP is set. Landing elevation is automatic, minimums are set 326 feet. Missed approach has been briefed. Altimeters, local weather currently, altimeters 1012, and there's multiple cloud layers around between 3,000 and 4,000 feet. There's Ishigaki. Ishigaki area traffic, Skyways 5556, overhead the India Gulf Echo VOR, outbound on the teardrop for the ILS runway 1 or 04 Ishigaki. So we want to set the barrel to 101 or 1022. That's set.
Ishigaki is at the Skytrack 72 Tango, establishing on the 210 radial inbound. We're currently 7.7 miles northwest.
So we are outbound on, or inbound on the teardrop, or outbound on the teardrop. 201. We're going to bring that out a little bit further because we're a little tight according to everything. There we go. That's better. And we'll bring that down to 10 miles. We're maintaining 228 knots. Alright, since we're in heading mode, we're going to switch over to ILS. There we go. There's the localizer and glide slope, and our approach course is set. And we're heading down for the intercept there. It's 5,500 feet. We're going to bring the power right back. Start slowing down. You can see how quickly we're slowing now. It's 200 knots.
Ishigaki in traffic, Expresso from Tango, we're currently 2 miles. Outbound to the, or away from the east, fast overhead, outbound on to the 1 degree radius. Yeah.
Alright, so we got about 9 miles between us. Alright, there's 180, flaps 1. Bring our heading 210. Hold our speed at about 160. Make sure our landing lights are on, taxi lights on, wing lights, and logo lights are on. Ding the cabin for our final approach. Everything else is good. Down to 160 knots. And winds are 030 at 16, so they're strong, but it's going to be almost on the nose. Alright, we're about even with the glide slope. Turn inbound now. Let's get her back on there. Heading 10 degrees. It's going to be too much. Let's head in for the point there. I know we're rocking all over the place. Speed is looking good. Approach mode is armed. Localizer glide slope armed. Ishigaki area traffic. Skyways 5556 inbound for the initial approach fix. Runways 04 ILS. Ishigaki. Ishigaki? I don't know what I was saying there. There's the airport. And I can see the runway. Localizer and glide slope, altitude hold, and our speed, we're at flaps 1. Okay, we're going to have a landing speed of about 110 knots. There's the localizer. We're 12 miles out. Go. Didn't go through it too far. A little bit of that wind. There's Kevin coming the other way. Ishigaki area traffic, Skyways 5556, established localizer 04, 10.5 miles. Keep that speed above 150. Kevin's passing the other way. Oh, we're down to 140. Alright, everything is confirmed. Lights are all on. Armed. Notified. We're looking good. Airport is identified. So, engines to takeoff power. Glide slope coming in. View from the office. We're 160 knots. 30 minutes of flight time so far, not bad. Wind is almost straight down the nose. Glide slope is capturing.
Ishigaki, Natasha, Skytrack 72 Tango, currently 13.7 miles to...
And there we go. So speed's coming back.
We're going to turn it down now for the island, thank you, therefore.
There's 5 miles. Gear down. Ishigaki Air Traffic Skyways 5556, 5 mile final runway 04 Ishigaki. Below 150, full flaps for landing. Speed coming down. It's 4 miles. $120. 115. We'll hold the speed as we come over the land masses here. We're getting burbled a little bit. See us bouncing. A little bit of turbulence. 114. 115. We'll try to hold it in there. Not sure why we're off the glide slope that much. A little deviation. It's brought us level to recapture. But we seem to be out of the turbulence. It's 2 miles.
500.
Yeah, I don't want to go to
Approaching decision height.
I've got control. It's going a little bit too low.
Decision height.
Continue. We're on visual anyway, that's fine. A little bit of a drag in. Pushed by that wind. It's not a long runway. It's only 6,500 feet.
$200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Ishigaki, Natasha, Skytrack 72 Tango, establishment local runway 04, currently 12.5 out.
A little bit of a bounce.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 4:34 a.m. and it's currently about 70 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft...
Ishigaki Area Traffic Skyways 5556, clear runway 04 at Tango 3, taxiing to gate 7 via Papa and the apron. Alright, let's get those up. Sure we taxi in, we'll get the landing lights off, wing lights, strobes off. Landing lights can come off as well. Flaps are up, there's Kevin. Oop, a little too much on the power reduction there. basically right before the T2 sign should be gate 7. There's 10. Nine. 8. And 7. The guys are there, so we'll kill the taxi light. Yeah, let's turn them the right way. There we go.
Ishigaki, Miss Traffic 52 talking, I think was 5 miles final.
Parking brake is set. Let's get over here. The aircraft, ground power, wheel chocks are in place. Come up top, we'll get the dome light on. Bring the engines back to FTR. Get the APU power in as the engines start to spool down. There's Kevin coming in. All right, the engines have wound down. So both engines are now coming down. And with them down, we can come up here. And we'll turn the beacon light off. Nav and logo can stay on. Wing lights are off. DC power is connected. And seatbelt signs can now come off. Fuel pumps will come off. Oxygen will come off. And we can open the doors and get the deboarding underway.
The boarding requested.
Clear the caution and start writing up the logbooks and the dispatch sheets. So that's going to do it for today. We'll sit here so we can see Kevin come in. And that winds up our Japan tour. Hope you enjoyed. We're going to continue banging away at the Canada and US tours. So they'll be now happening as a little bit more frequently through the week until we get them done off. And then once both of those are done, we'll be starting up a new series. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you can fly along. If you want to come along and join us, come over to the Discord. Links are in the description. You can find out what we're flying, when and where. Monday to Saturday, we're on VATSIM. Sundays are multiplayer on the Northern Europe server. And we fly different types of aircraft around the world and go to interesting places in interesting airplanes. So if you want to join us for these flights, you are more than welcome to do so. So come over to the Discord, say hi. Please consider subscribing, hitting the like button. Leave a comment if you have a question about anything. You can ask here on the Discord as well. And if you really want to help the channel and help us continue to grow, you can always consider subscribing for the price of a latte a month. Helps us grow different aircraft, different airports and custom scenery and everything. It just makes it a better experience for everybody. But that's going to wrap it up. Hope you enjoyed. As Kevin comes in, we'll say goodbye from Japan. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Ishigaki, traffic 6 6 2 10 going on.